So Logan Paul and Bradley Martyn ended up having a street fight slash bare knuckle MMA fight. And what did we, the audience, as well as hopefully Brad, learn from this clusterfuck of ego and influence? Firstly, I'd say we learned that Logan is a good grappler. We already had some evidence of this, but it's interesting how quickly he's been able to take what a few MMA guys have shown him and apply it.
He threw a punch, he missed, I went under him, and he kind of tried to get like a guillotine and lock my head. So I just used that, picked his ass up, slammed him on the ground, and then
What the fuck?
but he had his one arm in, like a guillotine you're supposed to do two.
Yeah.
So he like had a decent position, but
Logan's already been exposed to this scenario of being caught in a guillotine when you take someone down, as you're going to see in the next clip, by no less than BJJ's open gender champion, Greg Jones. And yeah, just have a look.
I feel like good on him.
He did this to me. I'm like, oh, here you go. I'm going to try and get out of it late stage. I let him go late stage.
So that's already.
Jesus Christ!
And that's before he drops on his back and puts like way more pressure on him.
how come I feel like guillotines in MMA aren't like working as much as they used to?
Because they're not the same level as this guy. Also,
High risk.
yeah, high risk because you end up on your back, and if someone gets up and you're on your back, and they can just.
See, a lot of people are doing it because they're already going down, right? It's like a last-ditch effort too, usually, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they're like just trying to get it. So you want to be in the right position for it.
So I just like slowly just stay calm, peeled it off, full mount. Now I'm ready to fucking tee off. And he knew that, so he flipped to his stomach. I had a rear naked choke him for 1 second, but it slipped
Did you
out.
get legs in?
No legs, I didn't even need to, because
Damn.
he was flat. And then just popped his head like a speed bag. Bro, and that shit was bouncing. It was soft too, just bing, bing, bing.
So nothing surprising there, but it sort of does still leave the question. It doesn't answer the question of, but what about someone who's significantly smaller? As I'm going to show you in the next clip, he kind of came onto the scene for challenging MMA fighters who are, my sort of size, bantamweight, featherweight, asking questions like, who'd win in a street fight? But I'm 260 pounds, Have a look.
Rob, who wins in a street fight, me or you? You're really.
I will beat
you
you
weigh like
up.
110 pounds. Dude.
Yes, I'm smaller than you. Hey man, I will beat you up easy. I will beat you up. Hey, I will make you tired.
Listen,
I will
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
listen. I got a matted space in my house.
I'm down.
What I'm about to say here is a little bit of MMA maths, and for those who aren't familiar with the term, MMA maths is when you suggest that Sean Strickland should be able to beat Martin Vettori because Sean Strickland's beat Adesanya and Adesanya beat Vettori. Obviously, in real life, it doesn't necessarily pan out that way, but I think it's a great gauge for being able to tell, shared opponents are a great way to be able to tell, what's the skill difference like between two individuals? And in the next clip, you're going to see what happens when someone like Logan, although very experienced in wrestling, grapples with someone who is significantly smaller even than him. In this example, Volkanovski.
Fucking sick. I can see why he's chanting. I can see why he's chanting.
I rest my case. I'm pretty sure that the likes of Merab would beat the shit out of someone like Brad. I've kind of always felt this. I've kind of always seen this in MMA gyms, huge guys coming in and significantly less skilled people than someone like Volkanovski being able to beat up someone who's significantly bigger than them. And I've been seeing that for years. So for me, it's not a surprise, but it's interesting to see what people think.